Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and or listening to the podcast, and welcome to my house. It is time for a consolidated 2 weeks worth of ServiceNow Store highlights all in one episode this Friday, August 29th, 2025. Sorry you haven't heard from me for a week or so, but just a lot going on and I had to get through these, and I've been trying to get through the Zurich release. So this one I've taken 2 episodes, combined them into one. We have 116 new or updated applications since our last episode. Can't remember what date it was, but whatever that was, there's been 116 new or updated ones. Since then, that means 6 compatibility updates, 1 downgrade, which probably doesn't exist anymore. We'll check it during the podcast. 14 fixes, 2 ghost applications, 4 highlights, 49 minor updates, 29 new releases, and 11 release notes fail. So let's jump right in and start breaking down those categories. The compatibility updates for this episode include Avanair Contract Flow, Avanair Foundation, Avanair RFP Flow, Avanair RFP Flow Supplier Portal, Safe IRM Connector, and Silo Breaker ITSM integration. And that is our compatibility updates. Let's check out that downgrade. I'll click on it like I promised. Let's make sure it is still in a downgraded state. Let's see, the version summary here is 25.2.1, and we were on 1.11.0, so it has been updated. It looks like it got updated the 25th, which was Monday of this week, and that's why I don't have it in my updates yet. So we're going to go ahead and delete this from the episode live so you can see me cleaning up. So that's going to change our stats from 116 to 115 applications, but that's okay. That leaves us with 14 fixes. Let's run through those real quick. Agent Client Collector Log Analytics, Configuration Compliance, File Explorer Component for Security Operations, IBM Security QRadar SOAR, Network Inventory Advanced, Network Inventory Core, ODBC Driver, P2PE Manager, Saycon Telecom Connect Mobile, Swisscom Incident Integration, Vulnerability Response and Configuration Compliance for Containers, and Vulnerability Response and Configuration Compliance for Containers. It's in there twice as fixes. Looks like these bottom 2. So what can happen sometimes when I combine episodes, I should have looked out for this, is it'll get picked up because it's updated multiple times. Looks like that's what happened here. So we'll get rid of this workspace one here too, delete that. So we'll have a lot of new stats when we get to the summary at the end here. So yeah, just 1 vulnerability response and configuration compliance for containers, and also the vulnerability response common workspace were some fixes for those applications. Okay, so moving on from the fixes, we had 2 ghost applications. We'll click on both of those to make sure they're still ghost. Yep, the first one is still a ghost, and the second one is too. They are from ServiceNow. They are App Applaud UX and Applaud. Have been removed from the ServiceNow store. Let's check out those minor updates. There's 49 of them, so it's going to take a minute to get through them. IceFlow RBM Custom Components, AI Case Management, AI Control Tower Core, AI Risk and Compliance Content, Asset Security Posture Management, AWS Service Management Connector, CG4 Asset Tracking, Configuration Compliance, Flexera 1, Fortify Application Vulnerability Integration, GitHub Application Vulnerability Integration, Global Signs Atlas PKI-AAS Connector, ID Ramp Identity Flow, Invicti Application Vulnerability Integration, ITOM/ITSM Integration for Datadog, Kion or Kion, KnowBe4 integration for SecOps, Microsoft Defender for Cloud integration for security operations, Microsoft Defender for Office 365 integration for SecOps, mitigation controls monitoring. We'll head to page 2 here. New Rocket Orbit content management system, performance analytics for configuration compliance, performance analytics for vulnerability response, Proven Optics cost model, Proven Optics enablement, Qualys integration for security operations, runbook management, SecOps health analytics, Sec2Go certificate app connector, security posture core control, right? Security posture control core. I did that dyslexically. I just switched the words. Security support common, sensitive data protection, Snike Security for Application Vulnerability Response, Store App Update Streamliner, Sysdig Container Vulnerability Response, Tier 44 Global Energy Intelligence with Digital Employees, Virtual Agent Adapter Common, Virtual Agent for ZTM, Vulnerability Exposure Assessment, Vulnerability Response Common. We'll head to page 3. We should have about 9 left. Vulnerability Response Integration with Black Duck, Vulnerability Response Integration with CISA, Vulnerability Response Integration with Microsoft Threat and Vulnerability Management, Vulnerability Response Integration with NVD, vulnerability response integration with Palo Alto Networks Prisma Cloud Compute, vulnerability response integration with Tenable, vulnerability response integration with Veracode, vulnerability response patch orchestration, and lastly, Yansa Trend Seeker AI. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of minor updates. That's what happens when you combine 2 episodes, I guess. Unfortunately, we did have 11 release notes fail. If you haven't seen or heard an episode before, a release note fail is simply there wasn't enough information for me to tell you what's new or updated with the application, so therefore it's a fail in my head. Those were Apiro ASPM for application vulnerability response, Bishop Fox Cosmos exposure management, Certify, CMMC 2.0 accelerator, Endpoint Central, INRI expense management, Microsoft Defender for cloud integration for security operations, New Lab resource manager, Now Assist readiness evaluation, operational technology obsolescence management, and the TrueSight GRC integration were the release notes fails for this episode. And that brings us to the fun stuff. We have 29 new releases. This is going to take a minute to get through, folks, but it should be good. First up on our list is Administration for Security Exposure Management. Manage configurations for all security exposure management apps from centralized admin console. Note this is an Innovation Lab offering, not supported by ServiceNow, and does not carry any warranties. Let's check out those key features. A unified admin console in the SCM workspace for cross-app configuration, monitor integrations, performance, and troubleshoot failures, configure assignment rules across multiple exposure types, set up classification rules and CI lookup rules, define remediation targets and remediation rollup calculators, create and manage auto-close and auto-delete rules, centralize management of workflow automation and risk scoring, streamline consistent administration experience across all USEM applications. And that is what's new from the Innovation Lab at ServiceNow. Our next new application is AI Agent Intelligent Knowledge Builder and Optimizer, your AI-powered engine for smarter ServiceNow knowledge. Let's check out their key features. It looks like it's going to be a lot of them. AI-powered KB article generation, intelligent attachment summarization, duplicate article detection, user feedback loop for article refinement, automated quality and relevance checks, real-time ticket usage analysis, dynamic article enhancement, permission-aware workflows, seamless ServiceNow integration, and supports multiple knowledge bases. And that is what's new from the team at Estrella Partners LLC. Our next new release is AI-powered healthcare referral management, streamline referrals, improve collaboration, enhance patient care. Key features for this new application include specialized referral workflow automation built on ServiceNow capabilities to complete the following: a preliminary review of inbound referrals, determine if the inbound referral is associated with an existing patient record in the system or if a new patient record needs to be created, real-time visibility for referring coordinators into referral status, integration with ServiceNow's document intelligence, integration with ServiceNow's Now Assist, a referral coordinator dashboard to capture the following metrics: total referrals by medical specialty, incomplete referrals queue, average processing time from new to approved, total referrals approved, open/active referrals, and total referrals submitted for new patients. And that is what's new from the team at KeenStack Inc. Our next new release is the API Service Graph Connector for Boomi Cloud API Management. This is another Innovation Lab offering, meaning it does not carry support or warranties from ServiceNow, but it will populate CMDB classes for APIs and related data. The key features: import APIs from Boomi into the normalized CMDB data model for APIs and related sources. And that is what's new from the Innovation Lab at ServiceNow. The next new release is Change Task Management, powered by Skymark Advisory Group. Let's see, key features for this one: automated task creation, preset task values, state-based task generation, flexible task sequencing, and automated task assignment related to change management. And that's what's new from the team at Skymark Advisory Group Incorporated. Our next new release is Clear Sky SOD, Manage Risk with Policy-Driven Controls, is their tagline. The key features: enforces segregation of duties to prevent fraud and unauthorized access, simplifies segregation of duties policy creation with business-friendly capabilities, deploys preventative and detective controls for risk management, continuously monitors access to detect compliance issues, automates customized compliance responses via ServiceNow workflows, enhances operational efficiency with streamlined policy management, supports must-have permission pairings for comprehensive risk control, and integrates seamlessly with Clear Sky IGA. And that's what's new for the team at Clear Sky Inc. Our next new release is Computer Center 3 Strikes. Automate the 3 strikes process for your service desk. Key features: this Computer Center 3 Strike Accelerator is a ServiceNow application which allows service desk agents to automate the process of contacting end users to collect additional information about an incident which has been raised. The 3 strike process has the following features and benefits: automated 3 strikes process to manage aged incidents in ServiceNow, automatically contacts the caller at predetermined intervals until a response is received or the incident is closed, and reduces manual effort and human error in managing incident notifications. And that is what's new from the team at Computer Center UK Ltd. Our next new app is CoreX Backoffice Blueprint. With CoreX's Backoffice Blueprint, customers can drive digital image transformation and ERP modernization programs. I'll leave the rest of the tagline there, but point out that this is not an actual application. There's a Learn More button, so it looks like this is ServiceNow offerings in addition to maybe some actual configurations. But let's take a look at their key features. Access industry accelerators to include process flows, align and integrate existing with ServiceNow platform. ERP acceleration and back office transformation. On the technical side, SPO, APO, and SLO are independent. Employee-centered integration hub are also recommended. And that is what's new from the team at CoreX Group. Got a couple of these from CoreX, so let's check out CoreX HAMX. Also looks like a ServiceNow offering. Key features: on the functional side, identify your assets, trade in your outdated systems, and quick ROI. On the technical side, pre-built workflows on ServiceNow's HAM Professional, that's hardware asset management. Effectively manage and track IT hardware assets, maintain a holistic view of IT hardware asset portfolio, and eliminate the cost of non-compliance. And we'll go to the next one from the CoreX group here. That's CoreX OT Ignite, streamline OT management, reduce risk, accelerate Industry 4.0. Again, not really an app, more of an offering. The key features for this one: structured deployment that eliminates complexity and accelerates adoption, minimize downtime, security risks, and operational costs through proactive governance and effective change management, predefined solutions to streamline implementation and speed value recognition, redeployment support, and OT CMDB pulse or health assessment, ensure ongoing alignment with business goals, and enterprise architecture and roadmap mapping activities built to scale with Industry 4.0 advancements. I think we have one more from the CoreX team here. Yep, that's CoreX VRX. Take back control of your vulnerabilities with confidence. Again, it's a Learn More button, not a Get application. The key features for this one: on the functional side, accurate and effective solution to organize vulnerabilities, increased visibility / breakdown of silos, more time available to work on challenging security issues, maturity-based packages to align with license suites. On the technical side, ability to assign, prioritize, and track vulnerabilities, administrative dashboard to ease maintenance and support, and validation of security assets against existing CMDB. And those apps were brought to you by the CoreX Group LLC. Not really apps, they're professional services, and maybe some apps at some point, but the next new application is Data Quality. Again, this is a ServiceNow Innovation Lab offering, therefore it does not carry support or any warranties. One-stop shop for data quality, configure rules, monitor quality dimensions, and resolve issues seamlessly. The app turns fragmented data into a reliable asset, empowering organizations with agility, fueling AI and analytics, and enabling faster, smarter outcomes across the enterprise. Key features: capability to configure and set up data quality rules against different data quality dimensions such as accuracy, completeness, consistency, and uniqueness, etc. That sounds like the CMDB 3 Cs. Capability to schedule data quality jobs to run periodic check on the quality of data. Capability to set up actions on the DQ rules to send notifications or create incidents for relevant teams in case of any data quality issues on the relevant tables, and enables tracking data health and comprehensive scorecards for each DQ dimension on a unified DQ portal. And that is what's new from the Innovation Lab at ServiceNow. You know, I'm actually really interested in that, so you're going to see behind the scenes here. Can I do it from here? Yeah, I can mark that as a video candidate, and then we can move on with our show. I want to actually take a look, more of a look at that one. I hadn't noticed that. So our next new application is Deflection Wizard. Deflection Wizard application helps users in finding solutions for their problems. Key features: major incident handling, most useful articles, most popular items, AI search integration, self-resolution support, incident deflection optimization, seamless ServiceNow integration, and minimal configuration needed. Hey, who doesn't want less configuration? That is what's new from the team at Monochrome. Our next new release is Exception Management for Unified Security Exposure Management, another Innovation Lab offering not carrying support or warranties from ServiceNow. Align approvers, security, and remediation teams to efficiently manage exceptions and false positives through configurable approval workflows. Key features for this application: manual and automated exception request and approval workflow, and a comprehensive exception tracking and audit trails. And that is what's new from the Innovation Lab at ServiceNow. Our next new app is GIDR for FSM. GIDR is an agentic AI voice platform purpose-built to empower service teams and their customers with real-time guided intelligence. I know what FSM is, Field Service Management. GIDR, GI means, I think, guided intelligence. Not sure about the DR just yet. Let's take a look at the key features. Guided interactions, get answers, recommendations, and perform service requests in seconds through a human-like voice conversation interacting with GIDR's AI agents. Step-by-step instructions to deliver the guidance you want with the compliance you need, ensuring adherence to operating procedures, protocols, and best practices. Powerful analysis across any type of static and real-time service data to uncover hidden trends and sentiments that can be measured, monitored, and actioned as part of a workflow. And create and customize GIDRs from our gallery of AI agents through a no-code drag-and-drop studio environment that can be personalized for any use case service experience. And I still don't know what GIDR means, but that is what's new from the team at gidr.ai/Inc. Our next new release is PlexTrack Core, the foundational integration engine connecting PlexTrack findings to ServiceNow modules. The key features: a central integration hub, configurable object mapping, secure connection management, RESTful processing layer, asset and reference resolution, outbound sync and retry queue, and a modular design. And that's what's new from the team at PlexTrack Inc. Our next new release is Remediation for Security Exposure Management. Again, a ServiceNow Innovation Lab offering, meaning it doesn't carry any warranties or support. Group and manage findings into remediation tasks across all security exposure management applications. Key features: group findings into remediation tasks across all exposure types, support for manual creation or rule-based automation of tasks, define remediation task rules centrally in the SEM admin console, prioritize tasks using risk ratings, states, and remediation targets, view and manage tasks from the security exposure management workspace, consistent task management across vulnerability response, application vulnerability response, container vulnerability response, and configuration compliance, and track progress with visualizations and drill down capabilities. I haven't pointed out, but I think what we're seeing here is the release of a new application for, it looks like SecOps or security operations, called Security Exposure Management. And the way ServiceNow is going about it, instead of a limited go-to-market that they typically do where it's controlled and you can't really see it, it looks like they're publishing it through the ServiceNow Store using the Innovation Lab to get the product out there until it's at the latest version and becomes an officially supported application. So good to see some innovation going on there from the ServiceNow team. Our next new release is Remote Retrieval, hassle-free remote employee equipment retrieval. Key features: remote retrieval is a purpose-built solution that simplifies the return and redeployment of IT equipment, including laptops, monitors, etc., from remote employees. Free first order, no payment required, streamlined scheduling, prepaid labels and secure packaging, real-time tracking notifications, verified chain of custody, and workflow integration. And that's what's new from the team at LogoDesignGuru.com Inc. What a name for a company. Logo design. Our next new application is risk scoring for security exposure management. Like the previous ones, it is an Innovation Lab offering and is not supported and does not carry any warranties yet. It will calculate and roll up risk scores across all security exposure management applications. Key features: define risk calculators and risk rules centrally in the SEM workspace, apply consistent scoring across all exposure types, infra, app, container, configure scoring factors such as severity, exploitability, business criticality, and more, and use risk roll-up calculators to aggregate scores from findings to remediation tasks, assets, vulnerability entries, and configuration tests. And that is what's new from the team at ServiceNow's Innovation Lab. On this page, our last new release is Safer Entity Risk Intelligence, SERI Agent. Safeguard your business with AI-powered entity risk intelligence that's more accurate, more efficient, and more actionable. Key features: Safer provides a range of enhanced due diligence capabilities to reduce entity risk with expanded coverage, higher accuracy, and actionable results. AI-powered agents for adverse media screening and sanctions monitoring that identify true risks faster, real-time alerts across entire customer and vendor populations, continuous 24/7 monitoring of structured and unstructured data, and customizable case management workflows. And that's what's new from the team at Safer AI LLC. We'll head on over to page 2. First up on the list is Salesforce CRM migration. SFDC2 Now helps you validate application data and security readiness while migrating from Salesforce to ServiceNow. I guess this is probably their internal name for the application, making its way into the product description. Key features. SFDC2 Now includes a range of features designed to support migration readiness and deliver measurable outcomes. The self-assessment engine allows users to evaluate their environment's readiness across key areas. Categorized checklists and validation logic help identify readiness gaps and enable teams to take corrective actions quickly. The Knowledge Optimizer analyzes existing knowledge articles, identifies outdated or redundant content, and recommends improvements. And each feature in SFDC2 Now is designed to drive proactive planning, reduce migration-related issues, and ensure that customers have the tools and insights needed to complete a successful transition with confidence. And that is what's new from the team at Work4Flow. Our next new release is Security Exposure Management. Now we've seen all the ancillary applications. Now we're here to the actual applications, which is still an innovation lab offering that is not supported by ServiceNow and does not carry any warranties, but their tagline is manage security exposure across the organization in a single workspace for all personas. The key features: role-based SEM workspace tailored for vulnerability admins, analysts, remediation owners, and approvers. Findings view for analysts with cross-exposure visibility and customizable dashboards, remediation view for owners to work by tasks, findings, or assets, centralized admin console for cross-app configuration and workflow rules, and consistent navigation and user experience across all USEM applications. And that's what's new from the team at ServiceNow's Innovation Lab. And I'm actually going to mark this application as a video candidate because I want to learn more about that, given that I've been working on several SecOps implementations here recently. Our next new release is Security Posture Control API connectors from ServiceNow, another Innovation Lab offering not carrying support or any warranties, but it provides the framework for the API connector builder in the Security Posture Control workspace. Key features: create and publish your own SPC API connectors with a step-by-step process in the connector builder module in the Security Posture Control workspace. You can create asset profiles and policies based on the data that you import with API connectors that you build. Sample API requests and response data is provided to help you map API responses to SPC attributes and view and monitor your API connectors in the SPC or Security Posture Control workspace. And that is what's new from ServiceNow's Innovation Lab. Our next new release is Service Graph Connector for PANWIOT, seamless IoT asset management, synchronize, secure, and streamline your ServiceNow CMDB with Palo Alto Network's IoT integration. Key features: ServiceNow operational technology, certified Service Graph Connector, a bidirectional data exchange of IoT, OT, IOMT, and IT asset attributes between CMDB and Palo Alto Network's IoT/OT security. Palo Alto Network's IoT/OT security constantly monitors network behaviors to discover all assets across all industries, a guided setup to activate integration in minutes, flexible data import/export scheduling to ensure data accuracy without slowing down application performance. Import uses IRE API to accurately map ServiceNow classes and attributes based on device identity while providing customization options. Create new assets within the CMDB or match existing assets using unique asset identifiers like MAC, serial number, host name, and IP address. Map sites with IoT/OT security to configured sites within the CMDB, and enhance asset metadata with IoT/OT security to improve risk visibility and security outcomes. And that is what's new from the team at Palo Alto Networks Incorporated. Our next new release is Snike API and Web Response, or Web for Application Vulnerability Response. My vision is like blending words together. I guess there's so many new releases. Manager SNIC or Snike API and Web Findings in App VR. Key features: ability to fetch data of targets and findings based on the filter conditions from the Snike API and web platform. Initiate retesting of a finding when an AVIT is manually closed on the ServiceNow platform. An AVIT is an application vulnerable item, I believe, and the vulnerability integration can be triggered manually or can be scheduled to execute periodically. And that's what's new from the team at Snike or SNIC Ltd. The Process Play Complete Legal Transformation is our next new application with quotation marks. It's actually a Learn More button again, probably an offering, not so much an application. On the functional side, foundational process consultancy, organizational change management, and business-driven solutions. On the technical side, out-of-the-box alignment, full utilization of product capabilities, automated task creation, automated assignment, and a collaborative workspace. And that's what's new for the team at the Process Play Ltd. Our next new release is Voice Agent, control ServiceNow using voice. What? I can do that? Key features. Lots of question marks, not sure what's going on with those. Voice-activated navigation. Users can interact with the service portal using natural language voice commands. For example, search catalog item laptop. You can search and open knowledge articles by speaking their title or keyword. You can redirect users directly to requested catalog items using voice, and supports multiple language, for example, English and Arabic, configurable via widget. And that is what's new for the team at NowXGen Solutions PVT Ltd. Our second to last new release is XM Cyber for Security Incident Response. XM Cyber integration with Security Incident Response is also their tagline. The integration provides ServiceNow and XM Cyber customers enhanced attack graph context and findings directly related to the entities involved in security incidents within SIR, or Security Incident Response. By focusing on risk to critical asset, enables better prioritization and handling of incidents. Additionally, the integration facilitates the automatic generation of incidents based on data from XM Cyber CEM, ensuring that risks to critical assets are promptly identified and addressed. And that's what's new for the team at XM Cyber Ltd. Our last new release for the episode is Yansa Toolkit, a collection of their most loved tools for ServiceNow development and administration. Ooh, let's check this out. Key features: mid-server console, the easiest, most powerful way to interact with ServiceNow mid-servers. This is all new to me. View all mid-servers and their statuses, easily access details to view/update mid-server configuration, use a point-and-click console to send commands to a selected mid-server and quickly receive results, view history of interactions with mid-servers for troubleshooting and historical record, and view input/output queues, for each mid-server. Next tool is Table Explorer. Provides a graphical overview of a full ServiceNow application, including all tables and relationships, modifiable graphical layouts to match the way your mind works, easily dive into table-specific details, including columns and column details, access controls, and business rules, client scripts, UI policies, and more. The third tool here is DBML Generator, the industry standard way to document and analyze your application's data structure in ServiceNow. Instantly generate a DBML document for an entire application or a single table. Optionally include or exclude system columns and inherited columns in your generated DBML. And use the embedded DBML diagram tool to visualize your database in ServiceNow, or export DBML to an external tool for analysis. There's a note here that some app capabilities may be limited in the free version of the Yansa Toolkit. A pro version of the app is required to unlock extended usage. Please contact Yansa Labs to inquire about extended capabilities. And that's what's new for the team at Yansa Labs LLC. And that was all of our new releases. So let's get back to our list here. We have 4 highlights that won't take nearly as long as our new releases. The first on the list is AI Risk and Compliance Management from ServiceNow. It was updated to version 21.0.1. And in this release, on the new category, deliver system-level AI risk score aggregation and visualization. Filter the risk heat map by risk assessment methodology for targeted risk analysis, and grouping of control attestations. On the change side, the Risk and Compliance tab features dedicated risk overview and compliance overview sections to support continuous monitoring of the risk and compliance posture of AI assets, and the Risk Overview section provides a filtered view of AI assets based on inherent and residual risk levels, enabling informed risk evaluation. And that's what's new from the team, or that's what's updated, that's what's changed. That's the highlight from the team at ServiceNow. Our next highlight is Express Connect Incident. It was updated to version number 1.2.3, or version 123. This one includes customer overrides, data privacy for scoped apps, dedicated privacy info module, a compliance checklist, privacy and classification enforcement, improved onboarding and documentation, dashboard extensibility pattern, and cross-scope privilege transparency. And that's what's new from the team at Service Express LLC. Our third highlight for the episode is Google SecOps ITSM. It was updated to version number 2.2.0, and in this version they added UDM search UI action for SIR admins to run custom queries from incidents, enabled creation of observables and CIs directly from alerts, expanded support with additional fields for field mapping, added support for field translation to support data processing during ingestion, and rebranded integration to Google SecOps ITSM. And that's what's new from the Crest Data Systems. Our last highlight for the episode is Rescue by LogMeIn. It was updated to version number 4.6.0, and in this version they added exciting new AI features compatible with LogMeIn Rescue's new paid AI add-on. Generate support session summaries using AI, incorporating ticket details like user information and historical context for comprehensive record keeping. Within a single click, post rescue session notes, chat transcripts, and AI-generated summaries back to the ServiceNow ticket in real time, and use AI to analyze screenshots or interpret errors in context, leveraging information retrieved from the original ServiceNow ticket for quicker resolutions. And that is what's new for the team at LogMeIn Incorporated. All right, everyone, that was our entire episode. Let's see if it updated the totals. I don't think it did. So here's what we're going to do to get our stats to update. I'm going to see if I can change a particular category from something to something else. So we'll just save that new release and then set it back to a highlight. That should trigger my business rule or my flow to update the details, and it did. So let's take a look at what you just saw or heard. That's 29 new releases, 4 highlights. Actually, you know what? Let's make sure that it actually updated the values. I see the blue text where it updated. So okay, yeah, it updated. 29 new releases, 4 highlights, 6 compatibility updates, 49 minor updates, 2 ghost applications, 12 fixes, and 11 release notes fails. I hope you found this video or podcast helpful, even though it was extended into 2 episodes or combined 2 episodes into 1 episode. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what's new, what was updated, or what was removed from the ServiceNow store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.